Hi everyone. Today I can have a presentation about the accuracy in prediction.
2 years ago, when I studied in geography class, I had to calculate the population of the United States based on the data given. The statistic or natural growth of the population as well as the number of immigration in 2016 to predict the population of the United States at the end of 2017. Mathematics have a great impact on this problem, but the forecast only gives us the possible result. But this can be 100% accurate. Therefore, by using mathematics in this particular situation, it can only give us a prediction of something is coming in the future. That gives me an interest in my knowledge question, which is to what extent can we use knowledge from the prediction even if it does not result in accurate prophecy?
How does the methods work? By looking at the graph, we're going to take the population of the United States in 2016 minus the population of the United States in 2015, which is going to give us the result of 2.37 million people increased naturally. We also have another graph in immigration in the United States. Doing the same thing, we're going to take the immigration in 2016 minus the immigration in 2015, which gonna give us the numbers of 1 million people. So by putting the addition together, we're gonna have 3.37 million people. Therefore, the population of the United States predicted to increase in 2016 3.37 million people. So I take the population of the United States graph in 2018. So we have the exact numbers of population of the United States in 2017, and they are very close to each other. So they increased around 3 million people in 2017, but it can be 100% accurate when we make a prediction in the future, which is based on the result in the past. Alright, let's move on to the connection between real-life situation and knowledge question. Like worth mentioning, I used to predict the United States population in 2017 by using the methods in mathematics. It will not result in the exact number in reality, but the outcome usually very close to the prediction. I want to give my opinion about using mathematics in practice, sometimes giving an incorrect answer, but we take the error to make our knowledge. Besides, using such strong knowledge can give us learn from experience and make it more and more accurate. For instance, if you only take the natural growth percentage in immigration of 2016 to calculate the US in population, it will not be accurate if we get more parameters in 2015. If you base on both 2015 and 2016 parameters, we will be able to analyze and help the result in 2017. By using this data we already have, people will have more faith and predict the population on the statistic. Because these numbers are authorized by the government, so people will believe more in it. Furthermore, history also involves prediction. In order to have population growth statistic recorded in the previous year, history is one of the main points to make mathematics happen. They have to base on the number from history to obtain the number of population. We can use it to calculate the population years by years, because they already know that it's happened before, but it will slightly different in the coming up year. So by making the prediction in the future, people will know that it's gonna really close to the answer, but it can be correct based on the prediction. With history, we also need a device that can help people to store and compare data. That is where computer science takes part in to help us out with that. With a computer, People will possible to use with the purpose of catching all the numbers of population each year without memorizing. Computing make arithmetic easier to people to obtain, but it only stops with estimation. To make people believe more in this data, computer takes part in to guarantee all the data that people collected will be 100% correct, so that people will put more faith on the reliable statistics that are calculated by the computer. Computer plays an important role in creating faith on something that people are looking at. In conclusion, knowledge gives us a prediction, but it can sometimes be inaccurate. It makes a head start to gain accuracy. Next is gonna be 2K concept. So, in ways of knowing, I choose intuition and faith. In areas of knowledge, I choose mathematics and history. When using knowledge to predict the future, we also use intuition to feel what is coming to us. Intuition accounts for a small part of the prediction. In other words, someone uses intuition instead of logic to see the future. It will not always be accurate, but sometimes it is a future that no one can explain. It is also certain based on faith. If we believe in something that will be achieved and happen, then we will put all our faith in it. For instance, between a dog and a cat, when they fight, our beliefs assume that the dogs will win. At some certain point, the victory belongs to the cat. Our faith will fade away and prediction will decrease the accuracy slowly. Mathematics also contributes to prediction. Math is logical subject that always leads to accurate result. But when we use it in prediction, it will always be impossible to achieve 100% trust. Prediction is never 100% correct. Mathematics can only make a prediction more accurate and correct. The number will keep going to number 100, but it's never reach 100%. Based on history, we can predict the future by finding out about evolution of an object or something similar like that. However, the development will not go in a straight line. It will have many turns that we cannot predict. Therefore, history will not give us the correct answer, just like mathematics. It's on it can only increase the possibility of itself. How can we apply prediction in real life situation? So there are varieties of prediction related in real life. Therefore, I choose gambling with a forecast and fortune teller as the examples. First one is gonna be gambling. Speaking of gambling, it will always have good luck and anticipation. For example, blackjack is a typical game of prediction. A card that has a total of 52 cards. At the beginning of the game, two cards will be given to the players. This time, let's have two players together. We will get a ratio of 1 out of 48 to win the card we want. It will always exist in luck in blackjack. But when logic and math have encompassed, it will have a big chance for winning. Some people use calculation based on parameters and estimation to predict the card. If there are more players, the winning rate we want will increase from 1 over 48 to 1 over 46 to 1 over 44, 1 over 42, and so on. They will count each card based on logic and calculation to reduce the risk. If they see an opportunity, they will play big and bring a lot of advantages. Once again, it's sometimes inaccurate because the predictions only a guess. The risk still happens. We can reduce it with some force of factors like logic, math, and history. In weather forecasting is done by a powerful supercomputer which processes hundreds of thousands of observations of current weather conditions. To observe the current weather, the world have launched thousands of satellites into space. Those satellites travel across the Earth and capture the data, which then sent to data centers established on Earth. By using the computer parameters to inform the weather, however, the stock machine also has limits. It can predict based on history. In other words, it relies on data yesterday to produce weather results. Last but not least, the fortune teller. Fortune tellers reinforce the luckiness while playing blackjack. Fortune tellers only predict the future of someone based on desire from something that is reliable. There is no logic or mathematics beyond the fortune teller. They just shuffle the card or look at the magic ball to predict the trillions possibility of the future. And though blackjack is based on our luckiness, it still can be used logic and make the risk lower than the fortune teller by counting cards and memorizing. Thank you everyone for paying attention.